know. Oh my gosh. I'm like sweating now. Like this is
It's okay. Let's go. The show must go on.
oh my gosh. And there was like a lot of people on.
Let's
Okay,
go.
we're back. We're public. We're back.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like,
It's fine.
are we though?
Or we are. We
Are
are.
we back?
We are back. Relax.
I can't.
Not yet. Not yet. Not
No.
yet. I mean, like,
Oh,
not.
okay.
We're going back. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Go live. Where's my phone? Grab my phone. I think, yeah, that's what it was. Because when I went back, I was like, oh shoot, it's private.
Oh Lord.
Why? We're
Damn.
here.
You
Okay.
look swole.
Dude, you guys,
Wait, what?
that was stressful. Okay, we're here.
Oh, we are on.
Yay, okay. We're here. Okay, hi. It worked. Hi, Shamik. Hi, Jeremy. Sexually frustrated due to coronavirus. Got it. Hi, Crystal. Comment as you're on. We're here. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, so I will tell you what happened. I was testing different ways to go live earlier. Hi, Ashley. Oh my gosh, hi, so many people. I was testing how to go live earlier, and I switched my settings to private. And so we went live at 9 o'clock on time, as we do, and it was private that whole time. But now we're here. Bobby's here. People are here. Hi. Okay. So let's shake that off and start over. So anyway, what's up everybody? You're watching Wind Down Wednesday. I'm Amelia, as you know, because this is my page. And if you don't know me, then what are you doing on my page? This is my...
What are you saying? I'm just showing you love.
I'm just being silly. I'm being silly. I think
okay.
Okay. Being silly.
Right. What the hell are you doing on my page?
I'm just frazzled right now because of the technical difficulties, and the perfectionist in me is like criticizing
right
now.
Right. We good.
Woosa. But anyway, what's up? I'm Amelia. This is my friend Felix. I'm in Chile. He's in New York. We've been doing Wind Down Wednesday now for what? Has it been a month already?
Yeah, and also we did I think we did 3 or 4 on the first week.
Yeah.
I mean, lives.
So we've been doing a self-love in quarantine conversation series. You can check the videos on my page. There's lots of different topics that we have. We talk about dating, spirituality, grief. On Friday, we're going to talk about sex and tantra. And tonight,
oh yeah,
also.
Well, we are not. You are with Erica Briones.
Erica Briones. She is
dope.
An emotional clearing practitioner focusing on clearing all of the gunk that you have about sex and energy and relationships. And well, she speaks about her work better than I can, but we'll be on live on Friday, but tonight is about tonight. So yeah, we've been doing this every week now on Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and y'all have been joining us with your glass of wine. Comment below what you're drinking. Felix already told me what he's drinking, but it was a private video, so now you have to tell us again what you're drinking.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking Pinot Grigio with I think it's black cherry. It's like a black cherry spritzer with Pinot Grigio.
Ooh,
it's really good.
It's good? Yeah. Nice. We've got Bobby, we've got Sunny, we've got Erica. Hey. And for me tonight, as you can tell, it's probably been a long week. It's only Wednesday, but I went a little stronger today. We've got a Bailey's martini here, and it's good.
Strong is sexy, though, so.
Strong is
I feel like deja vu because I literally said that earlier. I just want y'all to know that strong
it's fine. And you know, that video is now public, so you can see the first 4 minutes of us
Lord.
telling the same jokes. So yeah, we've been doing this for a few weeks now, and it's been sparking really good conversation. We basically talk about adult contemporary topics that, you know, they matter to us, and apparently they also matter to you because we've been having really good conversation going about dating in quarantine, relationships, spirituality, how to not be a dick. That was great. That was last week. Gosh, that was already a week ago. We've got rosé cider. Jeremy's drinking rosé cider. What's up?
Holla.
So yeah, so we have a glass of wine or a glass of vodka in my case, and we just talk about things, and we really encourage you to comment and ask questions and join the conversation, because we're all included. We're all included here. And actually, I had the idea, tell me what you all think about it, and Felix, tell me what you think about it. I think maybe even starting next week, we can like bring people on if they want to come on, like one at a time if they want to join the conversation. So that's an idea that I had. Let me know if you all like.
Is that possible? So like you could have a third person on it?
Yeah, because this is Zoom, so I can have as many people as I want on here. So
all right.
I was thinking, you know, kind of like a radio show. We'll bring the next caller in or something like that. We'll have to see how that goes logistically. But if you all like that idea and if you would like to come on live with us and join the conversation for a few of the minutes, let us know in the comment and we will figure out a way to get you on the conversation. But anyway, what are we talking about tonight?
What do we got for today?
Today, okay. So this topic came up because in my conversations with people, I've been—
Sharif said radio show, love it. Radio show, love it. Caller number one.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so yeah, if you want to be a caller on this show, let us know, and we'll figure out a way to get you a link and a way to pop on.
So interesting.
Yeah, because there's a way that I can have like a waiting room and I can like pick people.
Ooh,
people can raise their hands and come on. Okay,
that'd be
so
cool.
Felix,
all right, but let's get into
Felix
it.
likes this idea. So
like
okay, Shamik wants to join next week. Amazing. Jeremy, how about you? Anyone watching? There's 9 people watching right now. And even and if you're watching this on replay, give us a hashtag replay so that we knew you were here. Participate in the conversation as if it was live. I know not everyone can join us live. But anyway, today I've been talking to people and I've been realizing anyone that is not currently quarantined with their partner or someone that they have sex with is like super horny, because everyone is talking about, oh my gosh, like I just can't wait till we get out of quarantine. I'm just gonna have sex with the first person I see, or like even the way people are talking, like people are considering friends that they would have never slept with 2 months ago, and now they're like, you know, so and so is looking kind of good.
I want to be that friend. Shit.
Felix will volunteer to be that friend.
I volunteer as tribute.
Yes, it's not a bad thing to volunteer for. So, well, depending who it is, right? So it's just been this conversation of like, people are being really open about not only their emotions, but also about their horniness. And I even saw this meme. Okay, Jeremy will call in too. Awesome. Ooh, Vanessa's watching. Hi, Vanessa. There was this meme that my friend sent me, and I'm going to try to show it. Actually, I'm going to leave it in the comments. That's probably easier. Can I leave? Oh, no, I can't comment a picture from here. That's sad. Well, I'm going to try to show you through here. But basically, it's a man and a woman on a first date, and the title is First Date After Corona. And at the top, they're at dinner, and basically the girl is saying, oh, it's so nice to finally meet you. And the guy is like, definitely. And then in the next thing, they're just like taking their clothes off, and they're like, let's have sex. Yes. So there's going to be a lot of first date sex people, apparently. You know, I see this meme, and honestly, I can't really relate. I don't feel that way. But some of the people that I was talking to, you know, I don't know. I think I was getting hints that I was the friend that might have been looking kind of good. I don't know. They didn't say it directly, but I started to feel like, are you implying that you're DTF?
It's like softballing himself in.
Right, but I know that person. Hey, Rose. That person's going to be calling themselves in and be like, I was not implying that.
Right.
I don't know. Again, like I said, there's a certain feeling in the air in text messages and things. And I think people are just feeling really open and just really missing human connection in various forms, right? And starting to think that some of the people that maybe they didn't consider are looking kind of good. And it made me come up with this question because, especially for me, when I'm in a dating situation, and also I work a lot with singles who are in dating situations, and I realized like everyone's order of intimacy is different. And it comes from kind of this thing, and I would love to hear, Felix, your man's perspective on this. But again, not to be too gender normative, but I'm straight, so that's the experience that I speak from, but I also believe that these characteristics don't have a gender. I feel all genders, all sexualities can experience either side of this equation. So let me just name the equation genderless, but I would love to hear your perspective as well. So the equation is guy meets girl, or person meets person. They're kind of feeling each other. They get into like a texting relationship. Maybe they talk on the phone. Maybe they even go out and hang out. They're not really calling it dating, or they run into each other, whatever. Or maybe they even are calling it dating. But whatever it is, there's a mutual interest, and then there's like exchanges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one person will give some sort of like relationship innuendo, let's call it, right? There's sexual innuendo, and then there's relationship innuendo. They may say something like, you've got real wifey credentials, or like, you're gonna make a man happy one day, or you're gonna make a good husband, or a good mother, or a good wife. So they say something like that. And then the other person, who is more the relationship person, is going to go off and fantasize. I think I've met the one. You look like my next boyfriend. They start putting their name next to your last name, and just feeling like, and telling their friends like, oh my gosh, I can even tell from the look on your face, Felix, but just bear with me for this. And so now the person is excited at the prospect that this might be their next monogamous relationship, which is what they're looking for. So they're open, they're excited, and they somehow communicate that to the other person. And the other person's like, whoa, hold your horses, too fast. We just met, or we're just kicking it right now. No
Too
one's
furious.
talking about
Too
Facebook
fast, too
official.
furious. Too fast, too furious.
Okay. Typically, in a heterosexual world, it's the man that's whoa, and the woman that's like, you look like my next boyfriend, typically, at least in my world. But again, genderless sexuality, all genders, all sexualities. So it's like, pump the brakes, whatever, and then they start pulling back, and then the other person's like, what happened, right? And then this person that says pump the brakes person is like criticizing and judging the other person for too fast, too furious, like you said. However, okay, so fine, right? So we got that. However, there is the flip side, because there could be a little, so let's erase that scenario. Now let's have another scenario. So this is too fast, too furious on the relationship innuendo. Let's do this, and let's do this. So now this person is feeling a little sexy, a little frisky, so gives a little bit of a sexual innuendo. Nothing crazy, but is feeling themselves, feeling a little cute, maybe has some, real cute lingerie on or something, and gives a little bit of sexy innuendo for funsies. Now who's off like, yo, so now they're DTF. Yo, so now it's all about DTF and trying to have sex. And now it's like all about that. And now it's like, so when you coming over, when we gonna quarantine and chill, when we gonna Netflix and chill, blah, blah, blah. And so now this person is fantasizing all about that and thinking, yo, we're about to get down like tomorrow or tonight. Mm-hmm. But now this person is like, whoa, too fast, too furious, pump the brakes. All I said was something a little sexy. So see, boom, double standard. But now this person will still get judged. Oh, so why are you trying to tease me for? You were the one saying, talking all this stuff, but now you're teasing me. I thought you was down, da 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 da. So regardless, this person gets judged. So typically in my world, this is the guy and this is the girl. But again, we're talking all sexualities, all genders here. So you can be on either side of the coin. So for me, I'm looking at this situation like, that's a double standard. Why is it that I'm a cock tease if I want to be a little flirty, but that doesn't mean I'm DTF, but you're not a clit tease if you give a little relationship innuendo talking about I got wifey credentials and now I'm thirsty if I want a relationship, yet you're not thirsty if you want sex just because I gave a little bit of a flirt? Double standard. So now that I've sufficiently blown all of your minds.
Okay.
Now that I've sufficiently. So what do you think about that, Felix? Let's stop there and then we'll get to the question.
Well, okay. This happens like with all genders, right? So
Yeah.
Men also experience this as well, where the guy is trying to be in a relationship and the girl's like, yo, chill out. I'm not trying to get into all that, or like, I don't know what I want. I honestly think it's a matter of individual intention. Like, obviously, this person is looking to get his rocks off. The lady or the woman in the scenario, right? What we're looking at, well, the person in the scenario is actually like, they know the intention that they're looking to date, to be in a relationship. So I think for a lot of men, I'm gonna say this, and this is just what's coming up, but I think a lot of men in that field are not aware exactly what they want, or haven't done the inner work in order to get to a place where they are clear in what they want. So
I mean,
yeah,
women
so
too,
but
right? Because like you said, it could go the other way.
Vanessa, so I think it's a matter of recognizing, right? Recognizing the signs, because if the guy is like that and you're getting shamed, well, that that's decision that you want to remove of yourself, like like magic, like you just vanish. That's a position you want to get out of, like abracadabra Holmes.
Abracadabra, Holmes.
It's for me, it's a matter of intention, and I said it before. Like, this right now, it's a great time to date. It's a great time. I went on a virtual mixer. Fantastic. There was no prospects, but I got to see a lot of beautiful people, and I got to be in conversation with a lot of beautiful people, and it opened me up to continue, because I got to see and I think so many of us, we put the relationship on the person, where it's more about the relationship that you want to have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
For like, yo, this is the time to date, because right now, whoever wants to date you right now wants to date you to get to know you mentally, spiritually, right? They wanna get to, and yes, they may be lonely, but the thing is, it all goes back to intention, right? So I felt lonely within these quarantine days, right? I've had my moments where I'm like, I'm like, I need to plan better for the next quarantine. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love to have a partner, but this is what it is, and this is what I'm working with, and I'm grateful to be where I am. And also, I said, after the quarantine, this shit's gonna take a full swing the other way, right? It's gonna take a full swing physical, not for me personally, but for a lot
Like
of
the
people.
meme, like the meme that
and
I
I
showed, where like, yeah.
Yeah, so Jeremy said, I think honesty is the best in this situation. And yes, you're right. The problem is that a lot of people have trouble with honesty,
Yes.
right? A
Which,
lot of us, a lot of us have trouble with honesty, and it's not even our fault. It's just the way we've been programmed. We've been programmed to lie about little shit, and like white lies are lies no matter what.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
lie to yourself,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, it brings, so what Jeremy's saying, like,
Go ahead.
you know, he says, we have a lot of people on here that have been on both sides of the equation. And then he says
Mhm.
he thinks people are scared to admit what they want, whether it's a hookup or a relationship. And honesty is the best, right? And that is what formulated the question. And so if you don't know what the question is, I did post it like yesterday, and there was a lot of really good conversation on there. And so that's why I wanted to dovetail it into tonight and continue the conversation. So the question is, in a dating situation, what is your order of preference, aka the order that you do it in when it comes to intimacy? And the different kind of
Mhm.
intimacies are spiritual, intellectual/mental, emotional, and then there's two types of body intimacy. There's sexual, which is like intercourse, fondling, oral, whatever. And then non-sexual, holding hands, light kisses, eye gazing, touching your cheek, whatever, right? Cuddling.
It-
And I've asked this to a lot of people, including the people that I was kind of like, are you implying that you would be DTF if I was DTF? Because I never gave that indication. So I asked that question, and every single person that I asked was like, I've never really thought of that before. But now that I'm thinking about it, this is a good thing to think about. So that's why I wanted to pose it here for all of you as something to think about, because I will tell you this. So like we talked about the 5 deceptions that I've developed around relationships, right? And
oh
the
crap.
first deception is denying your true desires, which is basically lying to yourself. And I feel like in society, we've been conditioned to lie to ourselves about what we want. And we haven't been taught how to be clear with what we want. And even if we are clear, we don't even admit it to ourselves. So how can we admit it to the person or the people that we're dating? And
Mm.
100% of my clients are like, I know what I want. Usually, they don't all say I know what I want. A lot of them do. But after a couple of sessions with my knife of clarity, as we've talked about in the past, I will say 100% on this one. 100% of them are like, well, shit, I wasn't as clear as I thought I was, because I start asking questions like this, like, when you're dating someone, are you okay with having sex, with physical sexual intimacy before emotional intimacy? And people get in the sack and don't even think about that, you know? Whereas for me, I'm clear, you know, and I've done one night stands, right? I'm not even going to say, like, when I tell people that I don't do one night stands, I'm saying I don't do them anymore. Like, you know, I used to, like, I've done them before, okay? And I've learned about myself that that does not work for me, that I was lying to myself. That is why deception number 1 is denying your true desires, because you can be really, really freaking smart. I'm really smart, but I was lying to myself. You don't need to be smart or stupid or anything to lie to yourself and say that you're okay with a casual hookup. And a lot of times we say we're okay with a casual hookup simply for the sake of not wanting to lose that person and thinking that we need to hook up with them in order to just keep them in our lives. Yet we haven't stopped to think about, am I okay with sexual intimacy before emotional intimacy or before spiritual intimacy or whatever? So
Well,
yeah,
it's a matter of values, right? So in order for me to keep you here, I have to do this because this is what I can offer, right? So it's a matter of self,
self-value.
like, yeah, like there's a lack, there's an undervalue. It's like I'm not enough to keep you without me giving myself this way because this is what you want. So this is what,
But it's also
right?
like what you said too about oh shoot, how did you say it?
I said a lot
I
of
don't
stuff.
remember how you said it. But yeah, it's like it's a self-worth thing, and it's also like your intentions, right? Oh no, you said it
Yep.
earlier about what's the relationship you want versus the person you want.
Right.
because the person could really be anyone. You and
Right.
any other person or people, if you're poly, can create whatever. It's like you can really create whatever you want, and no one
Yeah.
else can judge it because it's between you and the people in the relationship, right? So theoretically, you can create whatever you want, which is why I'm saying, like, one night stands is not wrong. Sex before emotional intimacy is not wrong. It's just a matter of what you want. And Vanessa says for her, it's been different for every person. And yeah, I think that also speaks to what you said, Felix, about it's about the relationship. It's not necessarily about the person. Because, hey, there could be, like, for me, there could be some people that, and I guess there have been some people where I don't need the emotional intimacy. I just need the physical, sexual intimacy. But here's the
That's
thing, you got to be honest with yourself. And I know for me at the stage of life that I'm at, like, I don't, that's just not my thing. So I will not be one of the people having sex. This is my backup right here. Having sex on the first date after quarantine. So if you want to
I
have
mean,
sex with me, plan to have at least, a lot more
it
than
all
one.
come. So I think it's a matter of it's a matter of identity, right? How you identify yourself and who you want to be, right? So if you're someone like, if you just want to have fun, if you're just, blase, if it doesn't, like, and you're enjoying yourself,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. But if you're having the experience of, like, not loving yourself, or like, what the fuck am I doing, or like, oh, I hate myself, or like, so all those conversations inside your head, then maybe you want to check in on that, because it's not granting you the experience of yourself that you are actually desiring.
Yeah,
Therefore, it's not right or wrong, but based on where you want to go,
yeah,
it's wrong.
yeah, exactly.
If
Like if
it
you want to
feels that
go
way,
west, then you shouldn't go towards the Atlantic Ocean. Like what? Like
right? Go that way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
um,
Well, it also, again, something that came up for me as you were saying that, like, because, I also work a lot with the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is very powerful, right? And the subconscious mind often gets programmed by society and by the people around us. And so I know for me, the reason why I've lied to myself and denied my true desires and said, oh, yeah, I'm okay with just hooking up, like, whatever. No, totally doesn't have to be anything serious, even though deep down I know I want a serious relationship. So I'm not going to go, like you said, go that way. I'm not going to go this way for that. But because at the time it was like my early 20s and I was in like the partying life, clubbing like every other night, happy hour, I was working on Wall Street, and the friends that I had were also into that, no strings attached. This was when Sex in the City was big, and they're all like, I'm going to have sex like a man, like whatever that means. So there's a lot of like Hollywood movies, TV shows, culture, the people around us also influence, and we would be liars to ourselves if we said they didn't.
yeah,
Commercials, all the messages that we get, the billions of message units that we get every day, all day long,
absolutely.
influence us. And that's why I
Wi-
call it a deception, because
Without
you
a
are
doubt.
lying to yourself.
No, without a doubt, it's your environment shapes you.
Yeah.
Therefore, you must control your environment. You must shift your environment. How they say, like, show me your five friends. It's
Mhm.
not because of them. It's because you're choosing them,
Yes.
right? So you are the likeness of the people that you associate yourself with. And when you start thinking at a higher at your highest expression, you're gonna see that a lot of the people, and it's not wrong. A lot of people are gonna fall off because I have people from my past that I love. Like, I love them. If I see them again, we're gonna have a blast. But I haven't spoken to them in years, and the reason why is because the path they're going, I cannot walk it,
Hmm.
because it would be dangerous for me.
Hmm.
It would be dangerous to my soul for me to betray myself, to lie to myself. I'm no longer willing to do that.
Yeah.
Therefore, but I love them. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So Jeremy asked something. So he's like, what if you start to feel feelings of connection and being with someone, and thinking about non-sexual stuff, craving those types of feelings with someone. Can I give a little?
Yeah. Well, before you say that, can I finish with the subconscious mind and the people that you're around? Just answer that
Absolutely, go
question,
for it.
but because there's something
Yeah.
important there. So like for me, when I stopped denying my true desires, deception number one, and was like, I want partnership, I stopped hanging out with single people. Or I hung out with them less because obviously they were my
I
friends.
fuck single people.
No, but like
No.
I made it a point to hang out with married couples and people in long-term relationships, healthy ones.
Yeah.
And I will
Because
tell you that radically transformed how I showed up in dating. And not because anyone taught me anything. It's not like they were sitting me down having marriage counseling. It was just by being around them and seeing how they interact with each other. And those are the messages that were going into my mind and into my subconscious that I started wanting and attracting like men like that, men like the husbands of my cousins and friends, you know, like
absolutely.
men like from an energy perspective, because like, ew, no, I don't want my cousin's husband. Gross. Love you, JD, but I don't want to marry you. No, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like,
no, it's so the reason that happens is because you now start seeing models of what it is that you want. Therefore, your subconscious now knows that it's possible. So I read this book, which is called The Quantum Warrior. Amazing book. And it dives into like mind power and your subconscious. And your consciousness, your conscious mind is the gatekeeper to your subconscious mind. So when you consciously start seeing things like that, subconsciously it's gonna reprogram your subconscious.
yes.
Yeah, because your consciousness
Mm-hmm.
is the gatekeeper. So whatever you bring into your consciousness is going to go into your subconscious. So if you're with people that are trifling, that are cheating, that are talking about loyalty and like you're not loyal, that shit is all those beliefs are gonna be back there. Right. So and I think the number one thing for you to think that you're in control 100% is the most arrogant thing that you can actually do, and it's the biggest disservice you can do to yourself. I don't even know how much, but I have a lot of the shit that happens for me is automatic. Like this is automatic. Like this is you know what I'm saying? So let go of that shit. You have very little control.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get to the questions. So yes, go ahead, answer Jeremy's question.
Wait, so what did he say? So
what if you
he
start to
said,
feel feelings?
whatever you start to feel feelings of connection and being with someone and thinking about non-sexual stuff, craving those types of feelings with someone. Well, the thing is, everything's a mirror. Like I see everyone, like we're all part of this oneness, this consciousness. So that's how I see it. You don't have to see it that way. I'm not trying to. You don't need to be convinced of that. But the thing is, if
Join
you
our
feel
cult.
something, if you feel something and the other person doesn't feel inclined to do it, that's okay. And in fact, that's probably what you should be learning because of that. It's going to be reciprocal. When it's right, it's going to be reciprocal. Someone is going to feel the same energy. It's not in the action. It's in the feeling behind it. It's in the emotion. Someone is going to look at you the same way that you're going to look at them. And you're going to know it. You're going to know it in your body. It's not going to be something that you're going to have to think about.
You don't
If you have to think about it, it's way too far.
Yeah.
It's not there, right? So I can tell you, like, with every one of my relationships, it's been something that's been in me. It's not even like, and you know, they've crashed and burned, but every relationship, and I can be comedic because I can't say I love all of my exes. I would never go back with them. I wish them the best. And what I'm saying is they taught me, because they were reflections. They taught me things that I carry to this day, and I'll carry to my next relationship. And it's helped me be a better man.
Yeah, we learn things that we would not have been able to learn on our own, right? And just to add on to
Yeah.
what you said about it being a reflection, here's where the self-love piece comes in. And I was talking to a girlfriend the other day about this, and I said this, so it was meant to be for this live stream as well. Self-love, a big part of it as it relates to dating and relationships, is loving yourself enough to honor your feelings and want them anyway, regardless of how the other person feels. I remember the first time that I told someone that I was like in love with him, and I had no idea how he felt about me. I had no idea. I had no guarantees, like nothing. But I remember when I just jumped and I leapt, and it was just so good, because here's what it wasn't about him, it was about me. And I remember I went up to him and I just was like, I have to tell you something. It's on my heart. You know, life is now. And you just should know that someone loves you. You know, like I came from that place. I came from the place of, I have so much love in my heart for this man, and I want to share it with him. And it doesn't even matter how he feels, because it's what I want to give, and he can reject it, but like I'm still okay. And it's like, it came from a place of, I would want to know if someone loves me, you know, like, and so I was like, I'm sure he would want to know that someone just thinks so highly and wonderfully of him. And I remember I was like, I have to tell you this. I was so scared. And my girlfriends were like, go do it. They were like amping me up. And I told him. And it was
That's
just like,
awesome.
it literally felt like jumping off a cliff with no freaking parachute. And I told him, and I was so strong about it. And I was like, you don't even have to say anything right now. You don't even have to say anything ever, but you deserve to know that someone loves you very deeply. And that's all I have to say. And like, I walked away. It did end up well though, because he called me, I want to say it didn't take long. And he called me, I think less than 24 hours later. It was the next day. And it was just like, I think about you all the time. Da 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 da. Like, ah! And you know, it was that one crashed and burned too. But still,
It's
what I
I
learned
so
in that experience, I learned how to jump, and I learned how to love myself through my feelings. And
yo
that's real self-love. If you can feel things for someone and they do not have to even reciprocate it, it's because it's
I
coming from like that well inside of you. Now that's
I my relationships have been gifts. Like everything I my last relationship, and this is nothing on who the person was. It was it showed me that had I been loving myself, I wouldn't have accepted a lot of the things that I allowed,
Mhm.
right? So what I actually vowed after my breakup, I vowed to expose myself completely, expose who I was, because I was hiding and I was like waiting for someone to show up for me to love them. And what I had to understand was that I had to pour into me that same way that I was willing to put into someone and invest into someone. Because if you keep waiting for someone, and this is the thing, like a lot of people wait for something, whether it's money, having a car, having a child, having whatever, and they wait to have something so that they can pour on. And yeah, that can like that can that's like a temporary fix, but ultimately it's not going to fill the hole that you have when you're not bringing that love inward.
It,
Because when you bring that love inward, what it does when it starts like it's just exponential the way that it pours out. Everyone feels that. Everyone wants to be with that. Everyone is attracted to you. Men, women,
baby,
non-binary, babies. No, like, and
no,
like I'm
for
talking
real.
about like
Babies
attraction. Like
love me, by the way.
like I love kids, and like kids know that shit because I love kids so much. They know that. Like I don't even. I just look at them and they smile,
Yeah.
and it's such a great feeling because babies babies recognize people because they have like no filter, or they see what they see. And children, like, they see what they see.
Yeah.
um our feelings are valid, yes, Jeremy. Therefore, if you feel
Hey,
something,
Stacy.
honor it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they're 100% valid. don't let anyone make you feel like you're crazy for feeling what you feel. At any point, someone that's strong enough can handle your feelings, even if the feeling is not exactly what whatever you're feeling is what you're feeling. You can't control that. It's
And the right
emotional.
people will be able to hold space for that, and there'll be like a good reaction. Because I think a lot of reasons why, myself included, don't allow myself to be vulnerable sometimes or allow myself to be honest is because I'm afraid of the reaction, right?
Mm.
But the thing is, we can't control how other people are going to react. We can't control how other people are going to feel. We can only love ourselves and be with ourselves and speak up for ourselves and speak for ourselves, right? And just kind of like bringing it back to like the topic of tonight, which is that question. The reason why that question is important is because it creates intimacy there, just to know, like, if you're in a dating situation with someone, it's good to know what their order is and what my order is. And it's like, because if I'm telling someone I need intellectual and mental and emotional before we can even think about sexual, then that lets them know, like, okay, am I willing to invest my intellectual and emotional energy into this person long enough to hop in the sack? I'm saying it like, but like, and then also for me too, like if the other person is like, well, because here's the thing, and I used to say this too, and this is the thing about programming, subconscious programming. I used to say things in my 20s, and I don't even know why I said them. And it was things like, well, how you gonna know how good it is if you don't try it out first? And it's like, now I'm like, that is such bullshit, because if there is a good connection, if there is good energy, good love, good spirituality, good emotions there, I promise you there is no way that it can be bad. No way. No way.
And also, it's
Well, maybe I can't promise you that. There's probably other, I don't know. But
yeah, but also like people are so fast to be judgmental
yeah.
that they don't understand. Like, yo, sex is a skill, son. Sorry.
Especially our like different bodies.
Sex is a skill. Like, it's something that if you have a partner and like, yo, you can ask her what you like. You can have these conversations. Like, but we've been taught to like keep sex in the shadows, like keep sex in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Where sex is actually a beautiful thing. It's actually the highest like expression of love. Like people don't understand, like it's actually the highest expression of love. But the problem is that people are so fast to go there that they don't explore of the other parts. Like they don't get to experience the other steps that are like the spiritual, the emotional, the all that,
That
the
only
pouring into
enhances.
someone else. Yeah, and that enhances everything. Because if you're looking to just have a physical connection, then you're missing like 66% of the whole equation. You're missing the spiritual and the mental.
Mm-hmm.
And we are three-part beings. We are mind, body, soul. Mind, body, soul. So when we connect all three, the level of ecstasy, the level of like, it is legit one of it's yo, sex is crazy. But a lot of people been having sex like fucking, they've been having sex
Well, that's what I
like
said earlier. Like, so when I
like
did a little
fucking
bit,
plebs, like basic bitches. You having sex like basic
like
bitches.
you having chicken nuggets when you could have like, I don't know, filet.
Like a fucking, yeah, like y'all having sex like physical, and you're like, but what about the other part that makes sex
Yeah.
like?
Well, that's why too, like when I saw that meme, and I know a lot of people would agree with that meme of like, oh, nice to meet you, let's have sex. Like, I don't feel that way, because honestly, like, I've built my, and again, I'm not going to make it right or wrong, because if you do feel that way, more power to you. I'm just speaking for
More
myself.
power to you.
Like I said, the question that you answer, no order is the wrong order. There is only your order, and you get to have your order. But for me, physical sex is lower on the list, because I don't see myself enjoying really truly, especially since I know the level to which I can enjoy it, right? It's kind of like, it's like, would you have like a Big Mac? Well, I don't know. Would you have like your least favorite meal now? Like if you were hungry, would you have your least favorite meal now, or would you have your favorite meal like in an hour? If you know that you could have your favorite meal in an hour, I don't know. I think I would wait an hour, depending how starving I am.
That's an easy show. Even if I was starving, I would wait.
But that's what, like, if your favorite meal in an hour versus like some shitty meal right now, but people are treating sex like it's the shitty meal. And so, and here's the thing too, how many of y'all, I said this in my earlier video, I was like, how many of y'all were like having sex like that? It's really old. It's been like a month, less than 2 months that you're like dying, like, damn.
So, and here's the thing, right? So there is,
and you don't have a partner, so that means it was anonymous or like one-time type things.
There is absolutely no judgment around it, right? So you can have the experience that you want. My question is that really the experience that you want? Or do you want a higher experience, right? That's really the question. Because the order can be, it's not set in stone either. You can choose your order, and then you can also
like some
change
people
your
have
mind
said
later on.
that the order depends on the person, right? And that's totally valid.
I legit, I can hold hands with someone I just met. Like I don't like, that doesn't matter to me. Because I'm not gonna overthink it. It's just like, it could be just something that happens. I could meet someone in a rave, and we're dancing and like bumping and grinding. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to like lock yourself, like, oh no, like we just bumped and grind, and no.
Wait,
You know what I'm saying?
now
Like,
you're my next boyfriend if we bump and grind on the dance floor. That's what that means.
what I'm saying is, you can't be rigid with love. Love is free.
Ooh! Put that on a t-shirt, somebody. Check out our merchandise store at winedownwednesday.com. No, that was really good. That was really good.
I know.
You can't be rigid with love because love is free.
Yeah, love is meant to like liberate you, not hold you, right? So any love that you feel that like it's just you, like, no, like love is meant to make you even more available.
Ooh.
Like it's two individuals in a journey. You know what I'm saying? So don't lose yourself in a relationship. A lot of us lose ourselves in a relationship. It's two individuals. So if my boo is having like, yo, if she's doing some like, yo, do you, boo? Like if you have something that you desire, but like we've gotten there, you know what I'm saying? We've built to that.
Yeah.
It's not meant to love. It's not a, like, it's not an, love is not an obligation. You know, it's, you can vow, you can make a vow, but ultimately I want you to be free in this love. I want you to be able to choose this love, you know, and we get to choose it over and over again. Like, it's, if you don't want to be in this, I wouldn't want you to suffer by being in this because you don't want to. That's not love. That's not me loving you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it brings up this concept that I've been talking about, and I think we even talked about it in a couple of Wind Down Wednesdays ago, or one of our conversations, but this concept that we also are conditioned in society to like have this sense of like ownership over our partner, and that they also have ownership over us, and it's to the point where it's like, why did you like her picture on Instagram? Why did like it's just like, I don't know. I can't mess with that. But
I don't think I could do that though.
Starting to like kind of wrap it up, like, so this question that's here in the description of this video is like really important, and it speaks to like another core thing that comes from, it's actually deception number 5, which is where we choose partners based on checklists over values. And so this
Mm-hmm.
question is a great question just to get you started on identifying like what you value, right? And so when you're getting to know someone, especially in a dating situation, what is important to you, right? Because I think here's the thing, like I think a lot of relationships we get into these fights and these arguments because we haven't discussed important things that really should be discussed kind of right away. And then there's the flip side of that coin where people are like, whoa, too fast, too furious, right? Like, why are we talking about this now? It's too soon to talk about it. But then it's like, so when do we talk about it? So when do we talk about sex? So when do we talk about spirituality? So when do we talk about money? So when do we talk about, like, you know, the thing is, relationships are a set of agreements, and you can have whatever agreements you want with the other person. There is no right or wrong. It's just whatever you want. You can have an agreement to, actually, I was at a party and this guy took photos of like me and his girlfriend, and I was like, oh, send them to me. And he was like, we have an agreement that I don't take any photos. He was like, I don't take down any photos of any females that are not my girlfriend or something. And I was kind of like, I mean,
Damn,
you
son.
teardrop
It
there,
ain't like that.
but sure.
It ain't like that.
But I mean, look, I didn't agree with that, but here's the thing. I'm not in that relationship. They're in the relationship, and that's their agreement. So you can have whatever agreements you want. It's just like, know what your agreements are. And the thing that I always find with all of my clients, all of my friends, everybody, there is some level of the deception that you're falling under. And it's like about having that knife of clarity to cut through the BS. And like, we say these things about, oh, I'm not finding the partner that I want. And it's like, well, do you even know what you want? Yes, I do. And then don't get me asking you questions, because once I start asking you, once I take out my knife of clarity and I start asking those questions, you're going to be like, maybe I don't know. So this is a question to kind of like get y'all started. Okay, we have some questions. Let's answer some questions and then wrap it up. What do you say? Are you texting somebody while we're on live?
No, I'm here. I'm seeing the comments. I was gonna respond to the comments.
Let's answer some questions and then wrap it up. What do you say?
Sure. So Shamik
Laura
said,
says here. Hey, boo.
Shamik just asked, I don't know.
This guy who wants to talk with me keeps missing all of our appointments and then texting hours later. I have a fast answer for you and I have a slow answer for you. Which one do you want?
Give him the fast. Give him both.
Okay.
The fast answer is move on.
Yeah, the fast answer is snip, snip, goodbye. This guy's an asshole. The slow answer is, what are your values? You know, and for me, and I know this about you actually, Shamik, or I think I know this about you. But for me, my value is I want someone who's going to respect my time and their time. And my biggest pet peeve, like if it's missing once is one thing, but multiple times,
yeah,
you don't give a shit about me.
Well, and so I don't wait on nobody, like legit, like, and people don't have to wait on me. And if they're waiting on me, they know I've communicated that, like, I have such a thing with my word that before, like, the way I feel if I don't show up is horrendous. Therefore, I know that, and I'm not gonna do that. So I text someone like, I'm gonna, like, can we reschedule or like whatever. But here's the thing, right? So just like Amelia said, if someone is not showing up, the question is, are you valuing your time? Forget about him, because this can happen with anyone. But are you valuing your time?
That you keep giving them more chances.
Yeah.
To waste your time.
People are very, like, you know how they say, like, trust it. Like, when people show you who they are, trust it. he's showing you who he is.
Mm.
And if he doesn't want to be that, then, and if he really wants you, then the best apology is change behavior. Then he'll show it.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't, move on. Focus on the relationship, not on the person. Yo, I'm telling you, there is an abundance of people. Yo,
Good people. Good
sexy,
people.
tall, black, handsome, whatever. Like, there are billions of people in the world. You're getting stuck on one. Like, when I say it, how funny does it sound? That's how funny it is, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. And Shamik, have you downloaded the PDF document? Because I feel like because I know last time we talked about this, a bunch of people wanted to know how to download it. So you just go to my website and you download it. But here's the thing. Don't just download it if you're not going to read it, okay? I put a lot of time and energy into that. That PDF is a big part of my life's work, okay? Like, I've been studying relationships since I was 3 years old, and now that I'm old enough to kind of put it into some kind of curriculum, I finally have, and it's one of the things that I'm most proud of. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it cuts deep, it gets straight to the point. And so, like, I do all my clients, I tell them, I'm like, download this and study it, okay? It's short. It's only 22 pages and it's got a lot of pictures, okay? So it's not a lot of words, but it's got a lot of spirit and it's got a lot of soul. And for any of you who are, whether you're single or in a relationship, like, the deceptions apply. The deceptions apply to everybody. They apply to me. Even being in a relationship, they've applied. I go back to my own deceptions where I'm like, ooh, I'm doing deception number 3 right now. You know what I mean? So download it, print it out, read it, underline it, highlight it, journal about what resonates for you. There's also exercises in there that you can do. There's also testimonials in there. And so, you know, I put different kinds of testimonials so that different people relate to different things. So download it and let it get your life. Jeremy says that's his Bible. So see, there you go. I'm gonna put it right here. AmeliaFortes.
You got some really good people. I wish, is it when we share this live, does it like does it show like I'm live? It doesn't, right?
No, you know what you have to do next time, what we're gonna do? Well, 1, I can tag you, but 2, it'll help if you share it to your page, like right as we start, because then it'll be live on both your pages as we start. We can do that next week. And then if you want, so I already know Jeremy and Shamik want to pop on live with us. And so, you know, we can even do a little like back and forth moment. But yeah, if any of the rest of you watching would want to pop on live, just comment that you're interested in popping on live, and we'll figure out the Zoom situation for next week. And
that's gonna be fun.
We'll bring callers on. And if you have any friends that you think would really benefit from these conversations, have them just go to my page and you can click follow, and then I don't know, you have to click something to turn on notifications or whatever, like see first, and then you get the notifications first, because I post a lot of questions and stuff that end up creating the conversation that we're going to have. And since a lot of people were really interested in like relationships and sex, that's kind of why I've been focused on that, and why we've been focused. And even if we're not focused on that, we always somehow get back to that. So that's like where it's going. And since a lot of people really liked like the sexy kind of question that I asked, that's why I'm having on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, I'm having Erica Briones. She's an emotional clearing practitioner, and she helps clear a lot of blockages around sex, and she talks about Tantra. And if you're ready, we might even talk a little bit about BDSM, because she talks about BDSM. But we're going to have to see like where people are at. But we're going to talk about sex very specifically, and all of like our fucked up programming around sex and how we can get around that. Shamik wants to know what the topic is for next week. I don't know. What's the topic for next week? We don't know yet. Sometimes we get inspiration during the week. But if you have any ideas,
Yeah, what would you like us to talk about?
Yeah, if you have any ideas or any like questions, because we can riff off of anything, so
Yeah.
definitely comment it. And yeah, invite your friends and
Yeah.
get your glass with us. See, look, I finished mine.
I think I do best with questions, because when the questions come, I just
Yeah,
like go in.
yeah,
So I love questions because of that. I love that you guys are engaged, and I'm very, very grateful you guys are here.
yeah.
For real.
Me too. Thank you so much for being here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't have any closing moment. Well, I'll do a closing word. Do you have a closing word, Felix, for us
I
today?
have, I have, I have nothing.
Okay, I'm
For
gonna
real.
do a closing word. Let me see to come through. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere else online in the world tonight, and you choose
But
to
you're
be
here with
with
us.
us every week.
Nah.
Um, I do not take that lightly. I know Felix does not take that lightly. You know, Felix and I were always talking back and forth, coming up with topics that we want to talk about. And we're just so filled up that you join space here with us and that you engage in a conversation with us. Like connection, right? Connection is how we will keep this world going beyond quarantine, and I don't take it lightly. I feel very privileged to hold this space for you all every week, Wind Down Wednesday, and also some of the other conversations that we have. So thank you so much for being here and being engaged, and keep asking questions and keep letting us know what you want to talk about, because you know, Felix and I mean, we've been friends for a long time. We can riff off of anything, and your energy gives it back to us. So thank you so much every week. So next week, same time, same place. I'm still going to schedule it, but next time I'm not going to make it private. So that was my boo-boo this week. My bad. But thank you for bearing with me. So same time next week. And again, as you know, I go live at least twice a week. And I know Felix and I, we kind of go live at least twice a week. Sometimes
Yeah.
we've gone 3 times a week. We kind of just decide it. So now that I know how to schedule things, I'm going to schedule them so that you can actually get the notifications. So just keep it locked right here on this page, and just anytime you see the pop-up for the schedule, just click, what does it say? Get reminder. And that should work. It didn't work today because I made a boo-boo, but it should work moving forward. Yeah, so thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week, if not sooner. Well, I'll see you Friday, and then Felix and I maybe we'll do a little something before next Wednesday too.
Yeah.
Okay. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.